Hey everybody, Wave Squadron reporting in, and we are here with the final episode of Andor. I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Aaron.
And it is time. Last time on Andor, if you haven't seen the previous 2 episodes of this arc,
Go watch those.
Oh my god, we have.
Oh my. Why are you here if you didn't see the show?
Hey, it could be one of those like, hey, this episode had that moment I want to see all the reactions from, but they're missing out. We've done reactions to every episode of Andor. We've had awesome discussions after all of them.
You probably didn't see Kiadi Mundi.
It's a hell of a show.
You're right.
And we're here to wrap it up. Cassian, Ruscott, and K2SO have come to Coruscant, I think, to get Kleya and get her out, bring her to Yavin.
They've at least gotten the information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Kleya, I think, without Luthen, is for the first time not feeling the confidence she usually does that he's instilled in her. And she's spiraled a bit. There are Imperial troopers in the building, 1 floor down.
Yep. They're knocking on doors, and if it's locked, they move on the next one.
Yeah.
No, wait.
And
maybe they don't.
the show is such a mastery and tension, they can just stop and start it again next episode.
Damn.
So
I'm so excited. I want good.
He wants good.
Good. Unplug that shit.
Nothing.
It's not us, so it's a link transmit from the ship, so it's a bit confusing.
There must be someone there.
Anyone else with a tactical line failure?
Oh. There is a tactical line failure.
That's where it is. Just smash his head into it.
Level 37.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on the level.
Steady.
Let's get out of here, hurry. Come on, they're coming down the hall.
I know.
There's only 5 of them. Ready to shoot. Careful, Melshi.
Are they like Imperial security commandos or what?
You can stop right there! Go, go, go. No sudden movements. Hold your fire.
They want him alive, right?
Yep.
We can still close the door. We'll be trapped as opposed to what?
Get cover when you see him shoot.
Where are you? Kay!
He's just gonna walk up. Oh my god!
He sparted him.
Stun him.
Oh no, stun grenades.
Stone Cold Stunner.
Take it! Throw it back!
Damn.
It.
That looked effective.
That's a stunner?
Yep.
They're stunned.
Oh!
Thank you, Melshi.
Cass, wake up!
Yes!
Yo.
Oh, you upgraded.
What's the closest
Kill 'em
tactical unit
all.
we have in here?
He's not allowed to have guns, remember?
Oh, that's so scary. Oh, God!
Don't come any closer! I'm not telling you again!
He's holding him.
Holding him high.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Flank on me!
Thus,
Human shield.
that's what the Empire makes of you.
Thank you, K2.
That's a big guy to throw.
Cassian, I've cleared a path.
He's so calm.
I've cleared a path.
Hey. Yeah, thank you.
Can I
Make sure she
K2?
stays awake.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she's okay from the stun blast.
I know.
Her head was bleeding, huh?
She did get hurt a lot.
I assume any doubts about my value have been erased.
You can speed up now.
You're welcome.
He wants to know if he did a good job. Tell him thank you. Tell him good job.
Yeah, so
No.
X-Wings.
they're always sparking something up in this room.
Everything's broken. We gotta fix it all the time.
Fix it. Fix that walkway. Look at this. The shot over the X-Wing S-foils.
Explain this. Tell me why, whenever I'm being scolded for troubling you, I'm reminded the rebellion is bigger than all of us. And yet, when you feel inconvenienced,
Haircut.
He got his tube.
or your spies and infiltrators, you think I'd still be alive if I hadn't learned to bend them as I wish?
It's the Empire that's after you, Saw, not us.
If only you could fight, as well as you lie.
He doesn't trust anybody anymore.
Oh, he's Borgullet.
He's Borgullet. He's Borgullet.
Borgullet will
You're
know.
sure he's in Jedha?
He's been warned.
He's insane.
He's not. We've been probing his team for over a year now. It's an active operation.
Which is how you're sure he's on Jedha.
He's not. He's right.
Apparently, it's coming in hot, unauthorized, and requesting landing coordinates.
I'll be right there.
Is this Andor?
I believe so.
With a stolen ship? On an unsupervised mission?
You can make that case,
Incredible.
if you'll excuse me.
Incredible.
He's a loose cannon. He's gonna get us killed.
Makes the Senate look easy, doesn't it?
They're still transmitting. Sir.
You know the protocol. Scramble 3, put 2 on the deck in case we need them. You're lucky Merrick's away. He'd go shoot it down himself.
Let's hope that's not necessary.
I want Anton here. He would just shoot it down.
Yeah.
Stop right there!
She's injured.
Who else is with you?
Hello.
Just us. I have important news.
I certainly hope so. Come with me.
Cool transition.
Mothma,
Gosh, I
and
know,
Vale,
right?
and
Who's everyone?
We don't have a quarrel.
Oh, and the other senators too.
Yeah.
Luthen was told that there's a connection between the Gorman destruction, the Kyber mining on Jedha, and an Imperial engineer named Galen Erso.
All of this conveniently wrapped in a big energy program basket.
I'm just reporting what he was told.
It sounds like a paranoid fantasy.
It's hard not to wonder if your judgment here might be less than objective.
I'll have to disagree. It's everything I know about Luthen that makes me believe this is real.
We're talking about
Yeah.
someone who's been a thorn in our sides.
He would not have risked it unless it was very important.
When's the last time you two spoke?
A year ago,
A year ago.
when he had me rescue Senator Mothma from the Senate.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch.
Duly noted.
when your people would
Yeah.
have killed her or had her captured.
This is active intelligence.
More like puffed up speculation.
We will follow up tomorrow night with a full session. As of now, Captain Andor, you are forbidden from accessing your ship and confined to quarters.
Damn, again.
Requesting permission to visit the infirmary.
Permission granted.
Thank you, Mothma.
Mm-hmm. I feel like those other senators are there just for convenience.
They brought back some curious information. I won't share it, because I'm hoping he'll tell it to you, and you'll tell me what you think.
Spy on him.
Help me believe him.
I have some bad news.
You gonna find Luthen?
He's dead well. He made it worth it.
Mon wants to know if your Luthen story is real.
He died for it. Does it matter what he did to us along the way? Does it matter how it twisted in? None of this exists without him. None of us are here.
There will be times when the struggle seems impossible. I know this already. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly throughout the galaxy. There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea that they've already enlisted in the cause. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks. It leaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of
Oh, he's live listening to
I wonder, because it sounded more radio-like.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm afraid they're waiting for you, sir. I told them I'd bring you down.
To the basement.
With troopers, too. I'm assuming all of ISB here is like, everyone that was involved is like under questioning. And...
Mm-hmm. It's a big leak.
I really didn't think he was going to be in as much trouble or whatever, you know?
It was under his watch, right?
You should reconnect with Bix.
She's safe, isn't she?
That's what I hear.
She wouldn't be safe with me.
Don't wait too long.
She very well might have a kid right now. Right?
Yeah.
That's my...
Vel could know that.
I figure she does know that. It's just not her secret to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Tivik's on Kafrene until tomorrow. He'll only meet with you.
That doesn't sound promising.
Jedha, Kyber crystal, an ISB ball, and Luthen dying to get us in motion. Now Tivik keeps calling us. If this is all a trap, it's a brilliant way to spring it.
How do I get to Kafrene?
Never found a sister.
Waking up humans is always confusing.
It is.
Yeah. It wouldn't make any sense to him.
What is it?
The man you do not like is here.
The man you do not like is here.
Damn, dude.
Oh, I love Bale being here, too.
Mm-hmm. General Draven has your orders. Proceed to your contact, learn what you can. Do it quickly.
Can I ask what changed?
If I die fighting the Empire, I want to go down swinging. You find that amusing?
No, but you and Luthen would have gotten along much better than you think.
May the Force be with you, Captain.
Hey.
They're training.
It's the bros.
I was thinking about him. I was like, I wonder what it's like for them right now with her running away.
Oh, he's with the dude's girl.
Yep. She an Arcana?
It looked like it. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why Cassian and Ruscott could like take the stun a little bit, and she got hit so hard because they're used to getting stunned so much from that prison?
Oh, the Force healer. The pilot's back there. Oh, Saw.
Jedha. You can see Jedha City back there.
Yep. See the Star Destroyer.
Wow.
There's a rumor we have a flight plan.
The Ring of Kafrin.
Go again.
That's what Big says.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he never would have went.
Yeah. You never knew.
Man, make Rogue One worse now.
Right.
You know, like the ending's already like, man,
It's already
sad.
tragic enough.
Thank goodness for these people who did this, and now I know more. You know, and there's a little Andor out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Now I need to watch Rogue One. You just go right into it, and because where that ends, I have to watch episode 4. This is finally the culmination of the Death Star being blown up. You know,
it's sobering, you know, because I think about these, especially the legacy look of the rebellion. I think of it from a point of view of a child, because that's when I was young, when I engaged with it first. But seeing, like, these characters without Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia and Han, like, bereft of hope and needing it, like, it makes Rogue One better, it makes A New Hope better, you know? Like, removing the fantasy hero that can come in and save us, you know, makes for a very sobering look at these characters.
it does, and it sets more in line of like, you know, how bad is the Empire? You watch episode 4, it's like, oh man, Empire seems pretty bad, and they blew up a planet, and that's really bad. But for years, you see what they have been doing to achieve what they've been after, you know?
Yeah.
All,
like,
you know.
the line where Kleya was like, it had to be done, and Vel responds with, it gets tiring having to say that. Like, it had to be done. We had to kill this person, or, you know, keep this information quiet, so we had to kill him or whatever. Or
And Cassian says, like, you know, the only thing special about me is that I'm lucky. But all of these things had to happen this way to make that 1 in a million shot.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I really enjoyed the story and the characters.
Yeah, me too.
The way they build into this. I thought Benjamin Bratt was great for Bale.
He was.
You know? Like, yeah, I love Jimmy Smits, but, like, I didn't, like, after getting past that first episode where it's like, wait, where's Jimmy? Here's Benjamin. Like,
it was
I
seamless
wasn't
after that.
stuck into that. I was just like, here's Bail Organa. And I thought he did a really good job.
He did.
I love it. Bail is one of my favorite characters, especially with like Clone Wars and some of the books we read and getting to meet him and see him. And it just,
For some reason, especially in this one, maybe just because Bail was a little bit more challenging, like, I was really reading in a lot of the stuff from the last book we read about Bail, like, into his performance, because I wasn't... I didn't have a bias to the character because of Jimmy Smits and the history there. I was just thinking of him in his own terms as the character as he is now, because it was a new face. Which is I don't often do that with Bail Organa, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, you know,
It's not often that you get the opportunity to.
But, I mean, you know, I've also seen Genevieve O'Reilly play this Mon Mothma character, and only here, like, you know, do you get that final look in the series of Andor? Like, she, you know, her hair is cut. She's living a lot more. I don't know what the right word is. Not in luxury, you know.
she's left her family,
and it's
right?
Yeah, and it's, you would think leaving Coruscant and getting away from that Empire would be
Good? Happy?
hard, but it's harder here.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, you thought the Senate was difficult.
I get what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the only people here are the most scared and afraid people because they put their a target on their back. Like Senator Pamela.
If the Empire finds this,
Yeah.
everyone here's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unquestioningly.
Like, Pamela and that other senator will do the exact same thing in Rogue One when they are given proof of this happening,
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. They have the word of the pilot, which and Cassian more.
There's getting to be more and more people with this information.
Yeah.
And it's still...
Yeah.
Even though you have the same information from multiple sources now.
Spreading.
The guys are trying to keep it under wraps. They're trying to hide this. No, I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can kind of understand them being like, it's speculation, like we would have known there's been information somewhere, but like the thing of you, Lauren, not knowing till like a month, like a month ago, is like, man, he's so high up and has no idea,
He's a colonel in the ISB and he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I was initially, I think, maybe slightly confused about the timeline of events. Because when I see 1 BBY, in my head I'm going, this is 1 year before A New Hope. But no, this is taking place in the year 1 BBY, which...
Could be December.
Could be the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I halfway through, I had to recalibrate my brain, being like, oh no, we could go right up to it. And not have to skip any more time.
There's no 0 BBY, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I was just reading it as a factoid and not a date. But we got a lot of stuff in there. We got the senators and Radis and Tivik and the talk of Kafrene. I mean, we are completely with Cassian right up until you see him in Rogue One. That's awesome. I do like that we also saw his sister one more time in his dream. They talked about, well, that's Cassian. That's what he does. He goes and he saves people, and he does that because he can't save his sister.
Mhm.
He doesn't want that to ever happen again. So he will always put himself on that line, And when he sees Jen looking for her father with a family connection, and despite he has orders from Draven, he doesn't do it. That all just enhances everything in Rogue One.
No, I have not watched Rogue One for a while.
Yeah.
And like after having all of Andor season 1 and season 2, I am curious on like perspective of like what are things like what does this add to moments in that? Like it guarantees adds to the Scarif stuff, But before that, the other moments and stuff, like what do we see and what has different meaning or a new perspective? Which is one of the things I like a lot with Star Wars is that even if you relate to Obi-Wan with like how things appear from a certain point of view kind of thing, like getting new context and new things, and now your perspective on this is different because same with clones or whatever it is. Like because we have the Clone Wars, I look at the clones so much more different than I did before when I just had the movies. What does this do to Rogue One, and what does all of this do for Episode 4, and like the story that it adds and the building of the.
I bring baggage with me when I see Alec Guinness hear the name Anakin Skywalker and think about his friend. I bring so much baggage with me that Alec Guinness didn't think about.
No. He had no clue.
And now I'll do the same thing when I hear Cassian say, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old. He's not talking about just the Rebel Alliance. He's talking about the struggle against oppression.
Yeah.
No,
and Alec Guinness says like he was a great fighter and a good friend, right? Yeah. Like, sure, he was a good friend, but there's so much more there that you're like, oh, even before Empire came out,
Yeah.
Like that added different meaning to that moment right there. And I feel like this does a lot with the oppression with Gorman, with K2 being from the Gorman attack, the massacre.
Gorman massacre.
I love that Paragaz was listening to Nemik's Manifesto, and it was the one thing he can't get out of his head before he did what he did.
It's like you can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
It just
everywhere.
spreads. Yeah. It's everywhere.
That's so good.
The frontiers are everywhere.
It's interesting that he compared what's the cover story for this search for Kleya. It's like she's sick. She has a disease. Like, well, yeah. rebellion also kind of spreads like a disease.
Sure, I get what you mean. It's the Mon Mothma and Bail and Luthen pulled so many of those that Nemik is talking about of like these
they don't even know
rebellion
yet
moments and sects and people that are fighting back just for their world because like we don't have enough to go bigger than that, but you bring all of them together and maybe we can do something together. Maybe we can fight together. And you get to episode 4 and it would have been wiped out had it not been for also pulling in, reaching out to Obi-Wan and Luke and getting them involved and stuff too. But by the end of it, you get to Return of the Jedi and like the rebellion has grown and they have a force that's going to attack. It's like one of the first times they really get to go on the offensive as opposed to like, Echo Base was attacked, they're defending it. Yavin Base is being attacked, they're defending it. Sure. Like, eventually they build up to where it's like, let's finish off the Empire and they go there for it,
Yeah.
But all that starts somewhere and
they have to lose and lose and lose and lose until they can win.
That was Luthen and Kleya starting that with the idea of like, we fight to win, we will lose until we win. Like that scene with Kleya where like, where are they taking those prisoners? Those people? It's like they keep... There was a sniper killed somebody or something like that, and they keep finding
the guy who did it.
Yeah, they keep finding responsible parties. Like keep finding. Like you didn't find them once. What do you mean you keep finding them? And that's what you do. So it's just the excuse to clear out the rebellion, the excuse to make ends meet to what they're trying to get, And it's. But seeing Kleya. I really like Kleya's story. Like Kleya wasn't like one of my favorite characters through like the first season or anything, and this one I felt like it grew on me.
And now you're gonna go back in the first season. You're gonna be like, "Hey, there she is," and this is it's gonna enhance it.
Yeah, Yeah, and I like what they did. I like the way her and Luthen met, and the struggle Luthen was going through in that moment too. Of
I like knowing a bit more about Luthen. Yeah,
the make it stop moment, and then don't be quiet. Yeah.
We said it briefly in the reaction, but it is kind of serendipitous that Aaron and I just played through Knights of the Republic, which has a couple original planets in it, but the main one is Taris, which is the starting planet. We were playing it, we were like, I wonder what Taris is like in the
canon?
in the Empire right now, because something terrible happens to it. And it's just funny that, I forgot to bring up one of the Rogue One senators is the Senator of Taris, and she just happened to be in this final episode the week we played KOTOR. So thank you for reminding me.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And we don't know what that world's like here.
Yeah, it's famous for getting shot from space and zombies. They might still have some zombies. And those zombies, Calvin, it sucks turning these zombies because your eyes turn to one eye.
Ew.
Like the pain.
It's a weird virus thing that's kind of...
Like, does it mutate you?
It kind of mutates you, yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. I don't want to be mutated. I don't want to lose my depth perception.
You don't want to lose your depth perception.
Yeah, if you're just one eye, you can't tell.
Well, maybe I get a compound eye. Maybe I get a whole bunch of eye images.
It's a shitty one eye.
Just a shitty mono eye.
Yeah, it's been there for thousands of years, the plague. Ugh. Aaron, quit playing that game.
Here's kind of what they look like.
Ew.
Yeah, it sucks.
They mutate into that.
Rock pool.
Like they might, I don't know, that could be a nose, that could be two eyes. They're just stacked on top of each other.
I don't want to stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's one from actual, I think, KOTOR.
Oh, yeah.
The other one's more of like a fan art thing or something.
Yep. So anyway, you can go check out all of our streams for Knights of the Republic. It was Aaron's first run through of the game.
It's my first time ever beating it. It was so cool. Now I know the ending, but I need to play bad.
You gotta play bad.
I didn't play bad. It was good.
Yep.
I like how hard Cassian pushed. Him and Luthen never really, not always saw eye to eye with things. Like he left.
Well, yeah.
Clearly
None of the
did
rebel
that.
leaders see eye to eye with each other. That's the point. Like one side is the authority, and the other side is individuality, and individuals disagree.
Sure, but I like how Cassian notices what he meant for what has happened and what the rebellion is, and that for all of that, whenever he talks to Will and he's dead, but he made it worth it. Like, he died for something versus just, he just got caught and he just, you know, he was looking for that end game for so long, for years, trying to figure out what the end game was, what the play on Gorman was and everything, you know.
Lonnie found him.
So, thanks to Lonnie for telling him, thanks to Luthen for getting the information, to Kleya for getting the signal out, you know, like, but I wish they would believe it sooner. Yeah. But you know, we know where it goes, and at least they succeed somewhere. You know.
I would like to see the version of the rebellion where they had the resources to get everyone there, and they didn't have to leave people behind like Luthen or Lonnie. You know.
Yeah. Dude, if they could have found out where the Death Star was before finally finishing it.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you know, when Krennic said days, maybe, you know, he might not have been too far off. He had been delayed.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's a year from now, you know. But I was like, oh wait, I think I'm wrong about that.
Though he mentioned like orbital assembly schedules and stuff too, right?
Because when we saw the Death Star here at the end there, it was missing the dish, and we see the dish being put into place in Rogue One. It's like they were preparing for that shot, you know?
Yeah. Krennic looked a little younger, I thought, than he did in the interrogation, but maybe not. I thought maybe it was a different take of Rogue One that they used or something.
I believe the same thing for the Saw shot from Jedha as well, because he looked real good, and I was like, I don't think they do that for one shot. I think they just use extra footage from Rogue One.
That could be.
Maybe the behind shot was new, but at the very least, that one felt.
Might have been like what they did in the new Mufasa movie.
Yeah.
The very first thing that is said is a like Mufasa like quote, like a line.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about like our ancestors and stuff like that too.
Before sunrise is your son. That one.
It's not that one. No. But
That's a good guess.
Thanks.
Whenever I heard it, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's like, you know, is that like the last line that James Earl Jones did? Is it an AI thing? Like, what is it? Because he had retired before, and then had passed since too. But they had used a previous recording from when he did the Mufasa or the Lion King live action.
Yeah.
And used that.
We know they have an AI model trained on his voice because they used it in Obi-Wan, and it was impressive.
I think they gave him some permission on that of some sort so that they could like.
He gave them permission, yeah.
Yeah, did I not say?
You said the opposite. They gave him permission.
Oh, I thought he gave them.
Yeah, but it's funny to think about. Hey, we're doing this. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I don't want the show to be over.
No, I know.
But I'm very satisfied. It's the type of tone and stories and character stuff that I don't think if you had asked me before, like, hey, you want this? I would have been like, I mean, sure, you know. But now I have it. I want it to continue somewhere, that tone of story.
Sure.
Yeah. You know?
It's the same thing I said in the beginning where I'm like, this wasn't necessarily like my Star Wars, I don't think. I think the show was fine, but I don't think I was like in there. But I think this season made it it capped it off so well that I'm like, I love the Mon Mothma storyline. I love the struggles of her in the Senate. Maybe reading the book also helped with that too, because there was a lot of Mon and Bail that we were reading around the time of doing this. So, like, that may have helped influence it a little bit too. But the Mon Mothma story, that is like something we've never had anywhere because she's just either a little bit here or cut out of the movie. You know, like I enjoyed seeing that and also comparing it to like, here's what, you know, the people that. The people have to do this to survive versus here's the people that are of wealthier state and where they're at, and some people that just, you know, the comparison of what Mon Mothma was going through in the wedding, through the Senate with her daughter, you know, like just to try to also combat the things that she knows the Empire is doing. Like, I really like that with also having like, here's Cassian, here's the spy stories, here's our Aldhani adventures, her and, you know, him and Vel toasting to the Aldhani crew and all that.
And to the Donnies.
Like, there's just, I don't know, so much story there and so much like individuality, so much personality, so much pain. Like, especially the second
memories and history.
This second season, I felt like had me choked up or crying or teary-eyed like so much more than the first season did, you know?
Almost every episode.
Yeah, like it was just, I don't know. Really good to have that emotion there for the people struggling against the Empire, especially when they don't have the hope. There are no Jedi, you know? At this point, Bail Organa has given up on trying to like clear a Jedi name or anything.
Sure.
It's about what's good for his daughter, what's good for like the people he can help protect. How do you stop the Empire?
Yeah.
Just think of like Luke comes on the scene, destroys the Death Star. Well, like the next 2 or 3 months for the rebellion must have been like, we have a Jedi, named Skywalker.
Yeah.
He's leader of Rogue Squadron. It just must have been a hell of a time for them to feel like maybe we can do this.
Like in a day or two, Bail is going to remember. It's like, oh yeah, Obi-Wan. Hey, Leia.
Well, or Leia's, did Bail send for Obi-Wan, or was it Leia who sends for it,
he has
Leia
Leia.
says
he sends Leia.
He sends Leia with the plans to Obi-Wan because he thinks he's the only one that can do anything about this.
Yeah.
So it's from Bail that Leia goes, or is it Leia's decision? Because
She says years
ago
ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help us again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's on his behalf.
I guess I thought it was a lie.
Oh, that was like
I gotta beg him to come out of hiding, maybe, but it could just be Bail Organa. I just guess I don't get why Bail didn't contact him again like he did in the first one, because she's in some shit.
I think
she said, "Hey, what should I do right now?" I was like, "Hey, go tell Obi-Wan."
The Death Star is his limit is her safety and the Death Star is when I pull out my only card I have left to play. It's those 2 moments.
I wonder when he talked to her about that being the plan. I wonder if that was the plan the whole time. Because in Rogue One, doesn't he say, "I'm sending someone I trust"?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I figure is
It's
Leia.
him and Mon off to the side. They're like, who can we get to do this? And
who can we send to receive the message?
And it's literally somebody that Vader can't point at. It's like she's a member of the Imperial Senate, and all this stuff. It's someone completely innocent that has gotten into no issues or trouble like that. You know?
Brand new, clean slate. There's no reason to cast aspersions yet,
except for the fact that you watch the ship fly away.
But they need the plans, not the ship.
It could have been any other ship with 14 engines or 11 engines.
I guess I just wonder, was her plan to leave Scarif and contact Obi-Wan immediately? Or did she get a hold of her dad on the way and was like, "Hey, what should I do?" It's like, "Hey, go fly over Tatooine and launch him out." And what happens there? That process.
I think that if we wanted to, we could nail this down. But it might be a subject of a cool B'dakagong
discussion for you
being
guys.
All right, let's see if we can make this.
How does it work
for you?
When does the timeline? Yeah, when does it shape?
We'll say these
this
lines. We'll be able to analyze both this, that, and the other, and get what that day was. It's a hell of a day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, greatly enjoyed the series. Wish it wasn't over. The whole. They released these in arcs.
Yeah.
3 episodes every week. First season, I didn't have an issue enjoying the arcs 1 episode apart, but this one definitely, at the very least, the break between this last episode and this one, it was like, thank God I don't have to wait a week.
Yeah.
Because the tension is there and I need to be able to keep it. And it was pretty easy to just start the next episode, so I get that. But sometimes I like it being a lot more extended.
Yeah. These stories happen maybe a year apart, maybe not quite a year apart, but there's gaps in there that we can still have stories told.
Oh yeah, sure.
And I want to see those stories because I'm a greedy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Give me Tales of the Rebellion.
Yeah, give me more. Unabashedly, unashamedly, I want more.
Yeah. I want, when this series was announced, I expected more K2SO throughout the show.
Sure.
We got him in the last little bit,
Yeah, we were saying maybe that one KX droid on the resort planet. It's maybe that's K2.
He only has a year. Yeah, they bring that KX way early on to make you think about him, and it's no, it's years
not
later.
Until much, much later.
Yeah.
In much worse circumstances.
Yeah. All right.
No, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I didn't hate it, but it was sometimes it was a lot harder than, this is the Star Wars without the hope. In the Clone Wars, you have the hope with the Jedi there and the fight and everything, and then later on you have Luke and you have, the Rebellion has hope with our last hope or, Leia or, whatever it is. There's, that aspect. This one is them without it. And we do get that line once on Gorman from the guy at the hotel.
We did.
What they're built on. But yeah.
Brilliance when built on hope. All right, everybody, that was Andor. But remember, there is always more Star Wars. You can always check it out with us right here at Wave Squadron.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. If you want to hear us talk more about Star Wars, make sure you guys join us on Badonkagonk. That's going to be the first Thursday of June. So make sure you join us then. We'll be talking about books, Star Wars, perhaps some Andor things, maybe the other topic we were talking about just a little bit ago. But subscribe here because we have Star Wars Sundays. It's Clone Wars right now, and we have some other content that we're wanting to put out. So make sure you guys subscribe and check out full length over at blindwave.com.